Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we got a great one for you today. It was actually requested by a viewer. We got this little dark section here. We got a few little blurb modules there using icons at the top. Can't really see much else. When you roll your mouse over, we got this little spotlight effect. It's going to reveal the text underneath. That's a pretty eye-catching little thing to have on your site. Really easy to do. Got to do a bit of coding for this, but I've written it all for you. And I've got a little PDF with it here. If you click on the link, this PDF is going to open up. I'll show you exactly how to use it. So let's get started. I'm going to start a new page. Call it what you want. And we're going to use the Divi builder. I'm going to go ahead and build from scratch. What we've got there is a built-in custom footer that we did a while back. We've got a section here and it's prompting us to add a row. Put in as many columns you want. You can use any modules or combinations you want for this. I'm going to use blurb modules like I did on that other site there. I'm going to use an icon on mine. I won't style these too much, but image and icon, I'm going to use the default blue. I'm just going to pop my text in the middle for the time being. There's the text. It'll do both the title and the body text. And I'm going to change my title to that blue as well. So we've got both the icon and the title visible when we put a dark background in, or at least more visible. That icon's a little bit bigger, I think, so we'll go back up. I'm in the design tab here. 96 pixels. Let's make it perhaps 60. Obviously, that's entirely up to you. Okay, I'm just going to clone this a couple of times. Obviously, you'd have different content in yours and what have you. Two little squares there. Duplicate the module. Drag it where you want it. Same as the other one. Great, and for expediency, I'm not going to change any of this out. I'm just going to clone this row. So we've got a reasonable size section. That's great. Okay, well, I want to make the background dark. So I'm going to go into my section here, the blue tab. You can use a black if you want. I'm not going to use quite a full black. I'm going to use perhaps 2424, which is a dark grey there. Great. Well, let's add our little spotlight effect, shall we? To do this today, I'm going to use a code module for mine because I just really want to use this on this page, but I will show you where to put the code if you want to use it site-wide. So I'm just going to add a little code module under here. Then I'm going to open up the PDF. As I mentioned earlier, the link's down below. I'm going to copy everything on here from the opening style tag to the closing script tag at the bottom there. Control C to copy. Going to go back to my page. Pop my cursor in there. Control V to paste. And we've got all that code in there. Basically, what this code is saying, we've got some styles here. We've got a class name of Spotlight, which will give our section here. And it's got another class after it called Spotlight Effect. And this is a CSS for that Spotlight Effect. It's going to make it 250 pixels wide. That's the width of the circle there. And the colors are all here. Down below, we've got the actual script that's going to create the Spotlight Effect class. I'm going to make it work when we hover over, because we're using mouse over and mouse leave here. Great. Well, to make this work on our little section here, all we need to do is give this section the class of Spotlight. Now, all class names have a dot or a period in front of them when you write them as code. When you apply them to an element, you don't need the dot or period there in front. So I'm going to copy the class name of Spotlight there. Control C to copy again. Let's just save this. I'm going to apply it to our section, the blue tab. Always find CSS IDs and classes over in the Advanced tab, and that's for sections, rows, and modules. You'll find that. There it is. Make sure you put it in the class and not the ID. There it is. Let's save the changes there. I'm going to hit my little purple button. I'm going to save draft or publish if you're ready. We'll exit the Visual Builder. Fantastic. Now when I roll down and put my mouse over, you'll see that this little spotlight effect is going to happen. And as I mentioned before, you can make that circle bigger or smaller if you want to, depending on what your content is. But that's a really nice little effect. People are mousing around your site and that sort of thing happens. It's going to get their attention pretty quick, which is exactly what you want with a website. And when we put our little cursor down, it's actually coming in from the center there. Now, I made mine a little more dramatic by making that text there the same color as the background. It used to be that Google actually frowns on having same color text and background, but I think it's way past that now, but it does make for a very dramatic effect. So let's just do that. Let's enable the Visual Builder. And if we go down, I go into one of my modules here, over to the design and the body text. I'm going to make it that same gray by hitting the little color picker there. It's the 2424. As you can see, that disappears into the background there. And the quick way to get them all done in this section is we'll just save this. Just right click on the actual module dark tab itself. We'll say extend blurb styles. I want to extend it to every blurb on this section. I'm going to hit extend. Great. Fantastic. Well, let's save this and show you what it looks like. And then I'll show you where to put the code if you want to use it site-wide. Again, I'm going to save my draft. We'll exit the Visual Builder. And again, once we roll down, we've got our little spotlight effect. And it's going to highlight that text down underneath, which is quite a fun little thing. Okay, I'll show you where to put this code if you just want to use it site-wide. I'll also show you how to make this bigger or smaller if you want to. And once you've got the code on a page, you can apply this to any section on your page. So let's re-enable our Visual Builder. Now remember, I put my little code module right at the bottom here. Sometimes it's hard to find your code modules because they don't take up much real estate. If you have that problem, you can always go to backend, hit your little purple button, little icon on the left-hand side called wireframe view. Click on it. Takes you to the backend mode, lays out all your modules there. So if ever you have trouble finding something or getting to something because of positioning, you can do it this way. I'm going to go head in there, and at any point you can switch back to whichever view you like. Okay, as I mentioned, the width and height of our little spotlight there, I've got it set to 250. If you want to make it bigger, obviously give it a bigger value here. Make sure to do both of them if you want a round, if you want a circle. Now let's just save that. Now if we save and exit, that circle is going to be bigger. As you see, it's 300 pixels wide now, which almost shows all of that blog. And you may want to adjust that depending on whatever content you're looking at. Great. And you can apply this to any section, as I mentioned before. If we enable the Visual Builder again, and go down and create another section, little blue button to add a new section. I'm going to use a regular. For this, I'll just use a single column. We'll throw in another blurb module. Again, I'm going to use an icon. And I'm going to put everything in the middle. My body text. Let's make it black this time so it stands out from the section just above there. And we'll make our section black also. And we've got a little icon and a hint of a title there. Now all we need to do to add this spotlight effect to this is give it that same class name, which if you remember was right at the top here, the spotlight. Copy it or just type it in if you want to. Go to our advanced CSS IDs and classes. Remember, put it in a class, not the ID. We'll save that. Save draft or publish if you're ready. And exit the Visual Builder. Roll on down. We know it works on this section. It should go straight down to our black section down here. There we are. Just going straight across and revealing our text there. Like I say, that's a pretty cool little effect to have on your website. Really easy to do too, as you can see. Now, I demonstrated it today with a code module. So it's just going to work on this particular page. If you want to use it site-wide, we can go down to our dashboard. And for the CSS, we can go to Appearance and Customize. Once you're in the Customizer, we've got additional CSS down here. We'll go to the top, we'll shoot down anything that's there, pop it on top here. We'll go to our little PDF here. Don't need the style tags when we're putting it in the Customizer, so we don't need that and we don't need the top one there. We just need the actual code itself from the dot spotlight there to the closing curly bracket at the end there. Make sure you get that one. Control C to copy. I'm going to paste it in here. I'm actually going to scoot it down just one little place or two, and I'm going to give it a title so we know exactly what it is. I know it says spotlight there. It just makes it easier for people to find if anybody else edits this site after you as a bit of a courtesy, and also for yourself. And a title is / // Anything you write within the stars will not be read as code, so spotlight. You can put notes and titles and things in there. Great. Make sure we hit the publish page there. Now for the script itself, if we go back down to our dashboard, down to Divi, theme options, we go to integration tab over here. We got add the code to the head of your blog. If there's something there, you can scoot it down or you can just roll down and put it after whatever you've got there. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to scoot this down. And for the script itself, go back here, we do need the script tags for this. So if I take those from the opening script tag there to the closing script tag, the only difference between the opening tag and the closing tag is it's got a / at the end there. Again, Control C to copy. I'm going to go back to our theme options here, add the code to the head of your blog, put my cursor in there, Control V to paste. And we got that script in there now. Once you've pasted it in there, make sure you save your changes. Now, if you do it this way, you can use this on any page of your site just by using that class name of Spotlight. If we go back to our page here now, let's enable the Visual Builder. I can actually delete the code module that we put in here, and this should still work. We'll roll down from memory. The code module is right around here somewhere. There it is. Let's delete it. Now we'll save our changes and exit. As you can see, our effects working, and that'll work on any page now that we put that in the additional CSS and our integration tab there. And this will actually work on Divi, it'll work on Elementor, it'll work on HTML sites, it'll work on Bootstrap sites. Really handy little bit of code to have. Like I say, this link's down below the video here. So there you have it. I hope that's answered that question. I hope that's what you were looking for. How to add a nice little spotlight effect to your Divi site. So I hope you found this useful today and enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you. We'll make a little demo video just like this one. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.